Dear students, welcome to our chapter 3 temperature. In that air temperature summary, before I go into our class, I would like to inspire you by saying a small quotation from our Honorable President of India, former President of India, APJ Abdul Kalam ji. Abdul Kalam ji is my role model in my professional life, so that's why I would like to share. He wrote his autobiography, The Wings of Fire. The autobiography of APJ Abdul Kalam ji was The Wings of Fire. In that, in page number 104, he mentioned something very inspiring to every student, every teacher, every scientist, every scientific administrator. What is it? In page number 104, he mentioned people with inner signals, strong inner directive and initiative can make difference in their goal towards scientific achievement or academic achievement or administrative experience. Okay, what he meant was every one of us was born with a divine fire in us. With one's will, one can change their destiny. What is destiny can be changed with your will. A nation needs lots of citizens who have inner strength, inner strong initiatives, so that the nation develops enormously. He also quoted that to group energies within you, you should remember that God sent every one of us with equal opportunities to cultivate whatever the knowledge, what is the creative that we have. What a wonderful, what an excellent message in 104 of a bridged form of The Wings of Fire in his autobiography. So why I am interested to say before we go into the class is that every one of us is sent by God with some divine force in each one of us. Nobody is less, nobody is more, nobody is very, very strong, nobody is very, very weak. Okay? So if you want to become a person, you need to have your own inner strength. Similarly, you must be in a position, in his own terms, you must be in a position to say no, no and no for certain things in your professional life, such that the way in which they wanted to do, you should say no. You should cultivate that courage. You should cultivate your belief in you. Otherwise, the external signals like that will manipulate and they stop initiatives from your knowledge or inner signals. So, never ever allow somebody to influence you and take a decision of your own. Stand by that, judge it, go ahead, you will be successful. Now, so let us go into our class. I had given basics 1, basics 2, basic 3, basic 4 and basic 5 on temperature. Of them, 3 basics were on air temperature. Okay, air temperature, chapter 3 basics. I had given in 3 small basics classes. Okay, now I am going to give you a brief summary of air temperature. Temperature, by definition, is the measure of speed per molecule of all the molecules of the body. Temperature is the measure of speed per molecule of all the molecules of the body, whereas the heat is the energy. Heat is the energy arising from random motion of all the molecules of a body. Now, what exactly is the meaning of these definitions? If two bodies are there, okay, the one which is relatively in high temperature goes on sending the energy to the one which is having a relatively low temperature. The heat measures the total molecular energy, whereas temperature measures average molecular energy. Temperature measures average molecular energy individual molecules of individual molecules. Average temperature of energy of individual molecules. Temperature. The meaning is, if you take, say for example, two objects like this. There is water in my saucer in the left hand, same in the right hand. Now, presume that this is the high temperature water, this is the low temperature water. Now, the high temperature water exchanges its temperature with the low water when I put from high temperature water to the low temperature. So, the one which is exchanging energy is said to be at high temperature. This is the meaning of temperature. So, temperature is a condition of a body, condition of for example plant. Temperature is the condition of a body which is able to exchange energy with relatively less temperature object. So, these are the basic differences between temperature and heat. Now, so after that, we tried to understand in the basics the importance of air temperature on crop plants. For example, this is a crop plant. What is the importance of air temperature on this crop plant? The distribution of crops over the earth's surface is determined by air temperature. The plant growth and development is determined by the air temperature. The leaf production, leaf expansion and flowering and fruiting is a function of air temperature. Air temperature also in all the crops, air temperature play an important role in the gaseous exchange between the environment and their leaves, stems, enzymatic reactions, stability of the system of the crop itself, photochemical reactions, enzymatic reactions, stability of the enzymes, not only functions, their enzyme stability are influenced by air temperature. So, if somebody asks you what is the most important functions of air temperature on crop plants, most important functions of air temperature or effects of air temperature on crop plants is the distribution of crops over the earth's surface is determined and controlled by temperature. Similarly, the exchange of gases, the photochemical reactions, the biochemical processes, the enzymatic reactions in the crop plant are determined by air temperature. Now, we tried to understand what are the factors affecting the distribution of air temperature before that we tried to understand what are the distribution or distributions or variations of temperature on the earth's surface. We try to understand what are the distributions or what are the variations of temperature as far as our earth as a whole is concerned. First, for your easily understanding purpose, I have divided the distributions of temperatures into four. Number one, horizontal distribution of temperature. That means from the equator towards both sides of the pole, north side, south side. Okay. Horizontal distribution of temperature. Vertical distribution of temperature from the equator, from the poles or mid-latitude. Vertically how the temperature is distributed. Cyclic. Presume that this is the east, this is the west, this is the south, this is the north. Okay. Cyclic. In a daily cycle, in a seasonal cycle or annual cycle. How temperatures are distributed or variations of temperature. Now, the first one is the horizontal distribution of temperature. What is the meaning of horizontal distribution of temperature is temperature is more over the equator as compared to both poles. On both sides, northern side, southern side, there are poles. Temperatures are usually high over the equator and least possible in both the poles. As you go away from the equator on both sides, the temperatures goes on decreasing. This is what we call it as the horizontal temperature variation or horizontal temperature distribution over the earth's surface. Not only on the land but also over the hydrosphere, that is the water portion of the earth. Horizontal. And then what is the vertical variation or vertical distribution? The vertical distribution of air temperature is explained classically by adiabatic lapse rate. When we discussed in the first chapter about the troposphere, in the troposphere, for every 1 kilometer height as you go away from the surface of the earth, that fall of temperature in the troposphere is 6.5 degrees centigrade for every 1 kilometer. If it is dry, okay, completely dry, presume, it is a hypothetical term, dry atmosphere completely in 1 kilometer is a hypothetical term. So if you presume that the atmosphere is completely dry, the adiabatic lapse rate, that means the rate of change of temperature due to rate of change of pressure, because from on the earth's surface the atmospheric pressure is highest. As you go away from the earth's surface, the pressure goes on decreasing. Okay, so the rate of change of temperature as you go into the troposphere, 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers, 5 kilometers, like that, the temperature decreases. So this is what we call it as the adiabatic lapse rate. So temperature decreases from the earth's surface in the troposphere, temperature increases in the stratosphere, again temperature decreases in the mesosphere, are called as vertical variations or vertical distributions of temperature. Coming to cyclic, this is very simple. Today morning you have got up in your hostel, say at around 4 o'clock in the morning. The temperature may have been say 18 degrees centigrade. 5, 6, 7, when you go to your breakfast, maybe temperature around 21, so there is an increase of 3 degrees centigrade. From then you go to your class 9 a.m., temperature may be 23. When the classes are over, when you return to the hostel for lunch, the temperature may be around 28, say by 12:30. By the time you complete your lunch, come to afternoon classes, say around 2 o'clock, the temperature may be 30. And after your classes are over, the temperature from 30 will reduce when you go out of your classrooms. 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4 classes are over. After 4 o'clock, you come out of your class and look at the temperature of the atmosphere, okay, starts reducing. It goes on decreasing up to next day morning sunrise. So this is what we call it as the daily temperature variation. Now similarly, cyclic temperatures have been attributed to seasons and years also. Kharif season, summer season. Okay. Now, there is a summer season, there is a Kharif season, there is a Rabi season or winter season as far as tropical areas are concerned. In these tropical areas, highest temperatures are there during the summer months. Then, say for example, average air temperatures during the summer are say 35 degrees centigrade. During the rainy season or Kharif season, otherwise wet season we call it, the temperatures, average temperatures are 30 as compared to summer 5 degrees centigrade is less. Now let us go to winter. The average winter temperatures are 25. So from season to season there is a variation in the temperature. Similarly, when you add all these things, 35 plus 30 plus 25 by 3 average for a year you get it. If you compare this year with last year, there is a variation. That's what we call it as the seasonal or interannual variations of the temperatures. So, this is how we tried to understand the distributions or variations of the temperature. Then we tried to understand very interesting one, low air temperature and plant injury and high air temperature and plant injuries. Now, low air temperature and plant injuries are 5. Suffocation, physiological drought, heaving, chilling, freezing. What is suffocation? Say for example, a crop is there. It is this crop is grown in the temperate region. If snow falls on this crop, okay, snow is covering the leaves and everything, there is no exchange of gases. Temperature play an important role, air temperature play an important role with reference to exchange of gases. Okay, right. So snow is falling, there is no exchange of gases, so the plant experiences suffocation. So first one is suffocation, second one is the physiological drought. So during the winter season, say for example, you take 2 crops. What is happening during the winter season? The aerial parts of the plants and soil parts of the plant try in a different way. The aerial parts of the plant, because plants cannot move from their actual location, by sitting there, by standing there itself, the plants have to survive. That's why the plants go on more transferring, because low air temperature is there. Plant cannot move like human beings for a comfortable location where required warmth is available, or animals which can move. Plant cannot move. So what is the meaning of physiological drought is, since plant cannot move, it has to stand there only and survive. That's why the aerial parts of the plant goes on losing the water during the process of transpiration, but the root parts of the plant cannot supply the required water. The root parts of the plant cannot supply the required water. So once required water is not supplied by, good here. Now, so aerial parts are losing the water, so they are becoming drought. The root part, this is the root part. Root part is unable to send the water because air temperatures are low, further up to 33 degrees centigrade of the air, the thumb rule is the air temperatures are more as compared to soil temperatures. Now, air temperatures are, say for example, less than 33, the soil temperatures are further low. This is the thumb rule. Okay, it's the proven fact through agriculture research. Now, the aerial parts of the plants are losing the water because they are standing there itself and losing the water, but root parts cannot send the water to the aerial part, stem, leaves and everything. Why? Because as compared to the air, the soil temperature is much less, so water gets solidified. Now, so aerial parts are drying and then because the root cannot send the water. This is what we call it as the physiological drought. Suffocation means plants which are covered by snow, that is deficient oxygen. The third one is the heaving. Simple. What is meant by heaving is during the conditions of low air temperatures, root parts of the plant stretches. Roots stretches and the plants are uprooted. Roots of the plants are coming out of the soil. This is what we call it as the heaving. Similarly, as far as chilling is concerned, simple, low air temperatures are existing. If winds are blowing, low temperatures are there already 10, 9, 8 air temperatures. To that, if you add air, okay, atmosphere is giving more air flow, air speed, okay, air movement, okay, the friction offered by the crop is negligible, okay. Once friction offered by the crop is negligible and condition, that is the condition. Now winds are blowing, cool weather, then the physiological process, the photochemical reaction, the enzymatic stability, the gaseous exchange, everything is negatively affected by low air temperature. This is what we call it as the chilling injury. Now, what is meant by the term freezing? Suffocation, physiological drought, heaving, chilling, freezing. I just try to explain the freezing in a very simple way. Say for example, this is the leaf. Presume that this is the leaf. In the leaf, you have millions and millions of cells. Millions and millions of cells are there. Within the cell, there is a nucleus. This is the nucleus, this is the cell wall. Now, 85 to 90% of the leaf is 85 to 90% of leaf is water. So, when low air temperature is there, in between the cells there is water. Within the cell, this water. So, ice crystals are formed because of the low air temperature. Those ice crystals exert pressure on the cell walls, and within the cell or the nucleus, mitochondria, whatnot. Every organelle of the cell is influenced by crystal formation to low air temperature. That's what we call it as the freezing injury. So these are the 5 low air temperature and plant injuries. Once again, for your benefit, I will tell: suffocation, physiological drought, heaving, chilling, freezing. Now, so let us go simply for a small discussion on high air temperature and plant injury. High air temperature and plant injury. There are 3 high air temperatures and plant injuries at the basic level. This is a basic course, fundamental course, fundamentals of agronomy, fundamentals of agrometeorology and climate change. Fundamentals, there are 3. Number 1, desiccation. 2, stem girdle. Third one, sun clat. What is meant by desiccation? Due to high air temperatures, plant pots, particularly aerial pots, they desiccate, dry up. This is what. Second thing is, there are 2 environments in which plant live. One is the soil environment and The other one is the aerial environment. This crop plant lives in two environments. One is the soil environment and the second one is the aerial environment. Now, as I said, as a thumb rule, when air temperature crosses 33 degrees centigrade, there is there is a increase of soil temperature enormously. Say 30 degrees of air temperature, soil temperature may be 29, 31 degrees of soil temperature, air temperature, soil temperature may be 29.5, 32, 33, up to that the soil temperature will be 32 or 31.5. Once the air temperature crosses 33, the soil temperature goes on increasing. Air temperature 34, soil temperature 38, air temperature 40, soil temperature 60, like that it will go. Now that means what is happening is aerial parts are experiencing less temperature, whereas soil parts are experiencing more temperature. So a small difference of 1 millimeter from the soil surface to plant stem part, say for example. So there is a vast difference of temperature between air and soil by 10 degrees centigrade or sometimes 15 or 20 also. So during the summer months, say when cowpea crop is grown, it is a summer crop. When horse gram crop is grown, so air temperatures may be 40. The soil temperature must be around 50 or 52. Soil temperature I am talking of. So that's what is happening. The great difference between the soil temperature and air temperature cause lessons on the stem parts closer to the soil surface. So lessons causes first stem girdle, small breaks it happen. Of course, sun-clad is a natural occurring high air temperature injury on crop plants. What is it? The sun-clad. So because of high air temperature, scorching occurs. So these are all desiccation, sun-clad, stem girdle are the high air temperature and plant injuries. Low air temperature and plant injuries are suffocation, physiological drought, heaving, chilling and freezing. Now before that, we try to understand what are the distributions or variations of the temperature. The horizontal variation of temperature, as you go away from the equator to the pole, the temperature goes on decreasing. Vertical variation of temperature, the rate of change of temperature due to rate of change of pressure, 6.5 degrees centigrade, average adiabatic lapse rate. That means from the surface of the earth, when you go to 1 kilometer, under normal conditions of the atmosphere, it is neither dry nor wet. It's average. Average adiabatic lapse rate is 6.5 degrees centigrade for every 1 kilometer. This is what we call it as the vertical variation, cyclic variation in a day. First one, daily cycle of variations. Seasonal, Kharif, Rabi, summer. Interannual, in between the years. So after that we discussed what are the low air temperatures and plant injury, what are the high air temperatures and plant injury. Again, in the basics of air temperature, I would like to discuss with you a very interesting thing, that is the factors affecting the air temperature on the earth. Factors affecting the air temperature on the earth. Say by taking just a small 1 minute, okay, I would like to explain to you what are the factors. Say this is the globe, this is the equator, northern hemisphere, this is the southern hemisphere. Northern hemisphere is also known as the land hemisphere because much of the land is located in the northern part of the equator. So southern part. Now what we are discussing, how air temperature is affected by, number one, latitude. As you go away from both sides, temperature changes. Ocean currents, that means from the ocean, where there is cool water, it will come. Where there is hot water, it will further comes into this thing. The altitude of the area, the relief, the topography. Otherwise, okay, the vegetation in certain parts, vegetation is there, that also influences a lot. Again, mountain barriers. Say for example, India you take, western side Western Ghats, eastern side, Eastern Ghats. If you take globe, see in southern America, there are these countries are called as Andean countries, mountains. Okay, so on sides. So these are the factors. Air temperature is influenced by certain factors, which include latitude, altitude, ocean current, land and air masses, relief or topography, vegetation, mountain barriers, etc. Okay, so these are all simplest things that a fundamental agriculture course like fundamentals of agrometeorology, climate change you should know. This is not a advanced course. Okay, in the advanced course, okay, we can discuss more. And another important thing, what I discussed with you was growing degree days. So what is meant by growing degree day? It is the summation of maximum temperature, minimum temperature, that is the average of maximum temperature and minimum temperature minus base temperature. What is the significance of this particular GDD, growing degree day? It is also known as heat units. It is also known as heat units. GDD. What is the equation? It is the summation of T max plus T minimum, average, okay, minus TB. What is TB? TB is the base temperature. If you take maximum temperature of the day, minimum temperature of the day, make an average for that. Maximum 40, minimum 20, average 30. Base temperature TB, base temperature is defined as temperature below which or temperature above which plant physiological processes are affected, because air temperature affects the plant physiological process, plant biochemical process, enzymatic reactions, exchange of gases, stability of enzymatic reactions, all these things. That's why growing degree day significance is very, very high in the selection of crops. Okay, because we are taking maximum temperature of the day, minimum temperature of the day, we are making average of it, then we are taking two temperatures. Okay, that is maximum, minimum, average, then we are deducting from the base temperature. Here take this point from me as a hard work by me for over 30 years. What is that? I have determined the base temperatures for crops grown in the tropical regions. It is a very well discussed term. Growing degree day, base temperature are thoroughly discussed. Nobody can say, even including me, that this is the base temperature for this crop, because crop growth itself, differs a lot from crop to crop. Germination, okay. Emergence, okay. Vegetative phase, reproductive phase, maturity phase. In the vegetative phase itself, early vegetative, mid vegetative, late vegetative. Even in the reproductive stage, early reproductive stage, that is the flowering. Middle reproductive phase, that is the anthesis and pollination. Late pod formation in case of pulses, or spikelet heading in case of rice. So in case of maturity, early maturity, mid maturity, late maturity, physiological maturity, there are so many aspects are there. That's why, so over 30 years of hard work, scientists whom I know, we discussed it, and finally after several rounds of works and experiments, not only by me, my colleagues, we found that the base temperature for Rabi season is 5 degrees centigrade as far as tropical areas are concerned, particularly India. As far as base temperature for Kharif crops are going 10 degrees centigrade. That's what we have found, because of these physiological changes, morphological changes, different types of crops, oilseeds, pulses, cereals, durations ranging from green gram as less as 60, cotton as much as 200 days or 180 days, sugar cane, 1 year, 1.5 year, 2 years, Iksali, Adsali, Dedsali, like that, crops are of different. So, somewhere some breakthrough shall be given. It is my fortune that I learned from my teachers, I learned from my colleagues, I learned from my students, and finally we, groups, small groups, big groups, finally found a TB for Rabi crops, 5 for Kharif crops. It is 10. Of course, it is debatable also. I am not saying final. At least somebody wishes to do some research on growing ingredient, which is a wonderful research for introduction of crops into new areas, okay, or the growth and development, the expansion of the leaves, the flowering, of course, whatnot. They are all influenced by, of course, flowering is influenced by solar radiation, length of the day, no doubt, but temperature also play an enormous amount of role as far as its leaf, okay, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, like that, leaf number is a function of air temperature. Similarly, leaf expansion. Similarly, leaf development. These are all the functions of air temperature. That's why growing degree concept, again, I would like to share with you. I have developed a GDD calculator in a Department of Science and Technology, Government of India project. Maybe in few pockets, somewhere they may have developed. Of course, in the literature, when I searched it, the GDD the GDD calculator that I developed was of truly world class. Everyone has appreciated. So that is how I would like to share with you in this air temperature what is the importance of GDD. If somebody asks what is the research topic that I should take, please add GDD, HTU, PTU, further derived parameters I say, because it's a wonderful science to work for either your PG level or PhD level or even postdoctoral level. Basic for GDD. From there, photothermal unit, heliothermal, whatnot. Okay, we can do a lot of research. Now, so before we conclude air temperature, the effect of the research findings on effect of air temperature on crop plant, as far as rice crop is concerned, the temperature play a significant role, particularly during the vegetative stage. When low temperatures are there, growth will not be optimum. During the flowering period, if any shading is there, okay, of course, photosynthesis is reduced by, no doubt, quality affected by solar radiation. Quality of solar radiation is affected by solar. However, the temperatures also less. If low temperatures are there, the photosynthesis process in the rice plant is substantially reduced, because the tiller production is a function of solar radiation. Tiller growth is a function of temperature. Like that, if you go to groundnut crop, the distribution of pods inside the soil is to a great extent influenced by solar radiation. However, the pods inside the soil, one of the wonders of the groundnut crop is it flowers outside, the gynophore enters into the soil, there the pod develops, kernels are there. Now, soil temperature, of course, air temperature for example, play an important role with reference to distribution, very shallow distribution possible in case of sugarcane, particularly during the grand growth period, whether it is a Iksali crop, Adsali crop, or 2 years, whatever it may be, the Iksali crop, the juice, sucrose content, okay, sucrose or juice content or sugar content in the sugarcane is not only a function of solar radiation but also a function of temperature. In cotton crop, high temperatures, okay, high temperatures cause the kapas or the lint, okay, to get affected with falling of the premature or you can say early mature or premature of the what you call that capsules. That's what we would like to say. As far as units are concerned, air temperature, degree centigrade, degrees Fahrenheit, whatnot. This is what I would like to say with you. Thanking you for your patient hearing, once again I would like to say, be bold, be courageous. You can achieve anything and everything. Like, you should develop a quality that others' influences on you are less, as Honorable Abdul Kalam ji said. Influence of others on you will manipulate, will make you stop, will never allow your inner signals or your inner strength to take out. To come up in the life, your inner strength, your inner initiatives, they are very essential. Each and every one of you definitely prosper.